Alright, what's up? This is GMAC. I'm going to turn this part off, just because I need to do something with the background. But just trying to drive engagement, get a few more subs, and, talk about the market. So if anybody gets in here, just, give me a shout out. And we will try to get this thing going here. Where did the chat go? Okay, there we go. We got it. No, but it goes away when I do this. No, it don't. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm still new to it. We'll go on an hourly chart because that's what I wanted to. This is the new week opening gap here. So, kind of just want to go over the week, or if anybody has any questions, just let me know. I'm not sure if anybody's in here. I don't know how to do all that, but I mean, if nobody shows up, it's fine. I'm just trying to, like I said, drive some engagement and do my part. This, leave it up. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you can see this screen. I may check my phone to see what the screen is. But I hope everybody's doing well. Had a good week. All that good stuff. New channel. Live. Are we live? I don't know if we're live or not. We'll see. It says we are live, but I do not see it on the YouTube side of things. There we go. Alright, sorry. See if we can see the chart here. Yeah, we're good. We're golden. Perfect. Alright, so we can do, I can check on the phone. Alright. Don't have anybody in the chat yet, but we'll go ahead and start. I'm on an hourly chart here. I've got trading view on this other screen you can't see, so if you see me looking over here, that's what I'm looking at. But you can see the week opened down, and if you look farther back, what we did is, that's the 22nd, 20th. We took out, I guess it was here, we took out last week's low with the new week opening gap. Boom. And the big thing is always time. We 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 inverted this gap at what time? London session, London Open. Then we come back into it. That would have been a good trade. You wouldn't have known, if it would have went lower or not at 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. But you look at that 9 to 10, that right there, when you see it drop down and it's back up, that's what we're doing, especially when we created a fair value gap, respected it. Look at the bodies here. Respected it 2 different times. Even though we're taking liquidity down some, the bodies tell the story and it's telling us that we were respecting this. This is an inversion. Then we created one inside the inversion. Anytime you do that, especially on a new week opening gap or a new day opening gap, but that's my favorite setup is after we invert this here, then we drop back down into it after making a new PD array inside of it, and then here is 12 to 1, and then at 1 o'clock we rally. Same here. 9 o'clock we dip down, and before it closes at 10 o'clock we're all the way back up here. So that gives you a good opportunity to get long. You had a lot of good chances here to get long on this day, which was Monday. Great day. That's why I kind of wanted to show you on the hourly how to trade that new week opening gap in the New York session, or really any session. When you see it running up like this in the London session, we expect it. We took out previous week's low, so we're heading the other way, and that's what we did. So that's always good. I'm gonna drop down to a lower time frame, 15-minute. Actually, we'll start at the daily and look at the week. We dropped down before we see how we opened up, and we dropped down, taking out all this before boom, all-time highs. And we are at, where are we at on the high? 823.75, high 867.50. So we're right there. We are right there. I thought we actually took it out, but we didn't. We sure didn't. So we still, what I see for this next week coming up is we would, take all-time highs, maybe retest this area, bounce around, but eventually, start selling off. That's usually what happens after you make all-time highs. You sell off a little bit, but you don't know when. So just because we take this high, don't mean that it's going down. You have to, but we did invert this. We closed 740.25. It's open 725. Let's close 723. So yeah, we've inverted it. So I would see, we've had a daily fair value gap here, maybe some kind of dip back down into this daily fair value gap area before we take it out, and then come back down. That's what I'm looking for this week. Even though we do have we're going to have a short week of 4th of July, and I believe it's non-farm payroll. Let me open up a new tab real quick and go over Forex factory calendar real quick. Last week we had it every day, so yeah. No, that's this week. Does it not have next week? Let's see here. Boom, there we go. Nothing Monday, nothing Tuesday, 9:30 and 10. Expect that to be the maybe the manipulation down with that, go down into the daily fair value gap before we ended up before Thursday making the high, or vice versa. You never know which one's going to do what, but so Tuesday and Thursday's red folder news. Look for those days to be one of them to be the manipulation down into the fair value gaps, the daily fair value gap, and then the other one to push it through all-time highs. Then before we start selling off, I'm going to try to get a few more accounts, maybe Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, but I'm not trading any funded accounts this week because of non-farm payroll. I just don't have good luck with it, so that's just what I'm doing for now. So we went to the daily, we've done the hour. We'll go down to a 15-minute chart, and what we see is we took out this swing point, so not really worried about that. I had a video on the 1 minute chart on Wednesday that I really liked. Anytime you see especially in Asia, I was because that's where I trade due to work. But this was a mess right here. Look at this, all this back and forth, just high resistance. High resistance. Do not want to be a part of that. You want to mark out your areas, selling a premium, buying a discount, and I'll show you how to do the range. If I can get to what I want to look at real quick. It's a bunch of garbage price action here, just back and forth, just banging around before you finally take out the low. And then once you take out the low here, you want to look to go the other way, and that's what happens, of course, because it always does. But accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Wednesday's where I want to go, but I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to go that far back on a 1 minute chart. We'll do it on a 5 minute. Yeah, you can check out my latest video on that, and looks like we're not going to have many people join. That's okay. I was going to take some questions if anybody wanted to look at some price action and go over. So I'll just continue to the levels I've just got plotted out as previous daily low and previous weekly low is down here. What I see happening is possibly on the daily we do have a fair value gap. This is not what's it called, trading view, so I'm not I've got it all over here, but anyway, this shaded area here, I see us dropping maybe below this daily low into this fair value gap at around 548 to 548, 596 to 548. That area I see us dropping down into there, having a reaction at some point in there, taking out all-time highs. I'm not sure how far we'll go, but then eventually trade lower. So that will be the play. That would be the first draw of choice for me. It's all about how we open up. I mean, we could just gap way down and just take out everything, or we could gap way up and take out all-time highs over the new week opening gap, and then just, you have to wait for the open before you can play out the scenarios. But what I see is, just say we have a small gap with it being a holiday week. Those potentially going down, taking out previous day's low into this fair value gap, bouncing, hitting all-time highs, and then kind of going down a little bit. So that's kind of what I see happening this upcoming week. If anybody has any questions or anything, that would be a good time, to answer or ask a question. If that's why we're here. We want to help people get better at trading, get better, learn, make money, get funded, help your family, all that good stuff. So that's why I do it. And so if there's anybody got any questions or just want to say what's up or whatever, I'll stay on here a few more minutes and see if nobody pops in here and ask anything. That's about the extent of my top-down analysis. Is I go from the weekly, previous week's low, previous week's high, mark them out, previous day's low, previous day's high, and see how we open up. And I kind of got these scenarios in my head about, we've got a daily fair value gap here, just depending on how we open. But say we just open, we gap down a little bit but not too much, come down here, test this area, take out all-time highs, not sure how far we go above that, and then go down. We got red folder news Tuesday and Thursday, so that could be a driver for something. So just beware of those times. And yeah, that's about all I got. So I appreciate you. God bless you, and good luck trading. If I was new and wanted to learn something, it would be understanding liquidity, like how it moves, like going from one pool to the next. Learning market structure, of course, but you have to learn order flow, and how to read order flow to me is fair value gaps. Are we respecting them? And if so, are we displacing through highs, or are we manipulating highs? You have to learn the difference between manipulation versus displacement, and that the market runs from internal to external liquidity, meaning, say we make a swing low. Okay, that is external. So that means we're probably going to come back to internal to fill in a gap. And if we start respecting that gap, we should go lower. So when we come back into the gap, that's internal. So once we reach internal, we're going to go to external, whether that be a swing high or swing low. So manipulation versus displacement. Market moves from internal to external and vice versa. And to read order flow on any time frame, or fair value gaps and order blocks. Are we respecting the fair value gaps that we're making, or are we inverting them and then displacing away from them, making new PD arrays? And if you can stick to that, and what time of the day that it's happening, if you can master a 2-hour session, like for me it has to be Asia due to work, but for you it could be anything, and just get on there every day, look at those candles print, whatever time frame you feel comfortable with, and just don't miss a day. Watch them print, execute, follow your plan, journal, track your data, and refine, and you will get there. And eventually, when I grow to a certain level, I still have a lot of growing to do myself, that I'll be able to offer some sort of way to to help one-on-one. But for now, it's just going to be YouTube videos and things like this, and live streaming when I do trade. So, oh yeah, my accounts, I've got these two back, and these three are this one's the one I've just reset because I was on my phone trying to pass it, and I've got these two halfway there. So my goal is to get these three going, if not at least two of these going this week, to have four, possibly five going into the following week, and then it's on. Then we're going to make some money. We're still up a little over 2% for the month. Not been a good month, but not been that bad either. It's not like I've lost everything. So just it's been a lot of back and forth. It's been a lot of me fighting myself. You should never blow up an account in one day, and it seems like I'm learning this lesson the hard way. So gotta learn discipline, gotta learn to when to walk away, gotta learn patience, all that good stuff. But looks like nobody's going to come in here, and that's cool. I was going to do this anyway, whether if anybody come on here or not. I need to get my charts ready, and it was just a way for me to share my knowledge with you.